good afternoon. Nick, good afternoon. Giles, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, station.
Alyssa, good afternoon.
Changed it all, man.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to go over bell work right now. What is defect? Does anybody have an idea of what defect is? Alright, Simon. A shortcoming. Let's talk about that in relation to welding. So, what could be a shortcoming in welding or a defect in welding? Okay, an imperfected weld. Very good. Let's show John some love. 3, 2, 1. And Duran will be assist. 3, 2, 1. Alright. What is an amperage? What is amperage? What we got? Whoa! Jars.
The strength of the electric current in amperes.
Very good. The strength of electric current. So, it's basically how strong your electricity is. Why is that important when we're talking about welding? Nick.
You gotta know what you mean.
You gotta know how much what?
Amperage.
Amperage. Okay? When we look at welds and when we start welding some more, you gotta look at how much or what is the strength of your electricity. Okay? Very good. Jars, let's show Jars some love. 3, 2, 1. Alright, very good. Oh, and Nick with the assist. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
That's what I thought you were talking about myself.
Alright, so, today we're going to continue what we've been doing and we're going to talk about cutting and we're going to talk a little bit more about welding, but more importantly, we're going to talk about what they look like. Alright, so when we start going into the booths and we actually I let y'all go when you start welding, you got to know if you're doing something wrong. Okay, so the way that we do that is by a visual test. So do I have a volunteer to read our objective for the day? Okay, Jairus, I'm sorry, Jamar, why don't you read our objective? No? Okay, Jairus, you want to go ahead?
I can analyze, weld, and cut imperfection causes.
Very good. All right, so what is our objective? I can analyze, weld, and cut imperfections and causes. Very good. Let's show Jairus some love for helping us out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in order for us to look at weld quality, we have to know what goes into a weld. And in order for us to look at cut quality, you gotta know what goes into a cut, right? Or the two things that we need to concentrate on when we are cutting metal. Once our torch is lit and we're ready to roll, what are the two things that we're gonna concentrate on? Okay? Blake, why don't you give us one?
Angle.
The angle of what?
Cut.
Which cut?
The torch.
The torch tip. Very good. Okay, let's show him some love because he shared in our class. 3, 2, 1. All right, and what's the second one? So we got angle. What else are we looking at? John? Speed. Speed of what? Speed of the cut. Why is speed important? What could happen to our cut if we don't go at the right speed? Does anybody know? Whoa. Jamar?
Alright, now if you go too fast, it might come, it might go, it's gonna go, but it might come back or fast, we don't know. And then it's not gonna cut, it's not gonna be active in the cut.
Okay, you might have a wobbly line. What happens if we have a wobbly line? What are we cutting for? To do what?
Make it straight.
Well, why do we need a straight line? What is our end result? Why are we cutting metal? To do what to it?
Put it somewhere else.
To put it somewhere else. To cut it for something. Because we might fit it somewhere or we might put it back together. Right, Alyssa? Alright, so Nick, what's another thing that can happen if our speed of travel on the cut is not good?
Not a good clean cut, you won't get all the way through.
You won't get all the way through. So, if we're going too slow, what could happen? It can melt right back together, okay? If we're going way too slow, that fire is going to melt our metal back together. Remember, what cuts metal?
Fire.
Does the fire cut metal? Or John? Oxygen cuts the metal. Remember, when we're looking at our torch tip looks just like that. We have a circle in the middle and we have these little dots around. What comes out of the little dots? What comes out of the little dots? Your flame. Okay? So once the torch is lit, those little dots are your flame. What comes out of the middle?
Oxygen.
Your oxygen. When does that happen? When you push the lever. Very good. So what cuts metal? Right now, oxygen. All right. Show me red, green if you think that you can do this to perfection every time 100%. Give me red if you think, no, I can't do it. Hang on. Red if you think I can't do it. Yellow if you're like, I probably need some more help. And green is I can teach someone else. All right? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Wait, teach them how to do it?
Yes. Teach them how to judge it. Teach them how to accomplish our objective. Right now, do you think that you can teach someone else how to do it? Alright, so right now what I want you to do is a green. I want each green to pair up with a red. Right now. So pair up with your red. You were green, don't change your colors. Go to that person right now.
Alright,
I want y'all to pair up. Yellows, I want you to pair up. Pair. Pair. Okay, y'all can be 3. We're 17, so we can be 3. Pair together. Greens and reds and yellows pair together. Where are my groups? Pair. Where's your pair? You got a red? You're a red? No? Who's a red?
Who's a green? Here's a red. I'm gonna give a Shane.
You can give a Shane? Okay, perfect. Okay, so what y'all are together? Y'all are together? No, you and Kennedy you together. Who are you with? You and Blake! Woohoo! Alright. So my red-green pairs, I want you to match up with a yellow. My red-green pairs, I want you to match up with a yellow pair. So I should have 2 yellows and a red and a green in each group.
Who's a red then?
Missed out.
Look, y'all go together. Y'all come over here, y'all are with this group.
We had a red until you told us.
And then look, y'all will be together. Y'all will be together, you guys will be together, and y'all will be together. Okay? That's it. I only need 3 groups. Alright, so we're going to go into the shop, and then we're going to elect our student teacher. Okay, but first, right back here. First, we have to put on our PPE. So what are the things we need in our welding shop? Class. Go ahead. Jumpsuits. Gloves. In the shop right now, what I want you guys to do, remember, we have our team leaders. We have Steven, Brandon, and Dick. Okay? I want the team leaders to make sure that we're leading discussion. Okay? I want to make sure you're having quality conversations. So ask questions. Say, what's good about this weld? What's not so good about this weld? How can we improve this weld or this cut? Okay? Remember, we're looking for the imperfections. So you do not have to weld or cut perfectly. That's not what we're looking for. Okay? When everyone's at this station, I want you to look at your cuts. If you're at this station, I want you to look at your welds. Okay? You're going to be in teams of 2 when you cut and when you weld. Okay? I want y'all to have those conversations. Team leaders, I want you walking around making sure that everything's done first, safely, and secondly, that we're getting some quality discussions. Ask them questions, those kinds of things, okay?
This is someone who our team leader says, as you see right here, it's pretty, has pretty slag.
That's all spec.
Yeah, it's got style. Yeah, like you just said, then let it spread.
When you have too much amperage.
You can burn the hole. So when you burn the hole, you get going.
That's good. From 75, 80, that's good.
Run a B, it's going to be super easy, and super hard at the same time because you got to keep a steady hand. If you don't keep a steady hand, it's going to come out bad. It's going to splatter everywhere. You got to have a perfect heart, not perfect, but okay heart. Because if you don't have that, it's going to mess up like your mind itself. What I'm about to do right now is I'm about to split a, what it is, a stripe, a spark, Yeah, but you can like on the rock.
Come on, turn around there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that line.
That was the stuff I think that I used to do. Alright, class. This is Brandon's cut. It's not what you want to do. Brandon. Okay, cut. Good. Alright, you up. It's cold.
It's too hot.
Boy,
Huh?
what's up?
Like I said, I'm short, so it's kind of hard for me.
Are you ready?
We had that one too fast.
This is too fast. So that's how you so like
For this
so
one,
like he
he
went
went
good
too
and then he started messing up.
He
It's right there. Because he got a
He went too
hole right there.
Or his
And then he said,
Because you see how all really skinny
didn't go good. Like, majority of them are really good or something.
That's messy.
He had to do the inside.
Let's keep him sleeping.
Oh, this right here bad. See that?
He went too fast.
Too fast. He went fast all around. And then he tried to slow down. Then I guess he said this is good.
Then he went really.
Yeah, high decent speed. Yeah, yeah. He be messing him up all around.
How many wins?
That was hot. I'm done.
See, that didn't even burn me, and I just picked it up.
My gloves are high.
You go. You gonna go, Shan? Let's go next. I got another hand. He started going on the field was fixed.
All right, guys, let's rotate. This should be your final station, guys. Then we're going to go back into the classroom. This should be your final station. Y'all been transitioning very well. Very, very well. I heard the discussions you guys had at inspection. Y'all did good. Awesome. I heard the discussions we were having at inspection. Y'all did great. Yeah.
It's just a show. No, you kind of need to feel it. Here.
Y'all know how to roll?
Nope.
Hold stick. Put stick. And put the bucket thingy.
Connor almost burned me last year.
And all you do is
Okay, hold on.
Wait a minute. Let us all get the helmets on.
you might want to put it down. Here, let's see. It's a different ride.
Hold on, how do you do it?
Okay.
I don't know.
Dusty?
Alright. Y'all should know all three motions, right? My bad. I just get caught up. Alright. Red is acetylene, green is oxygen. Oxygen. Which one y'all reckon comes on first when you're trying to start? Oxygen. Okay, how much is number one?
So, what are some of the things that you guys noticed in the shop? What are some of the things that you noticed about your classmates cutting or welding? Nick, hang on, Nick.
Blake can't what? Early cut.
No, but tell me something important. Tell me something about the things that we're looking at that he can improve upon. Okay? Duran,
He can improve on his angle and the speed.
tell me what he did. Like, what does he need to do? Does he need to speed up? Does he need to slow
He
down?
needs to slow down.
He needs to slow down just a little bit, okay? Anything else that we noticed about some of the things that some of our classmates are doing?
I did.
Jairus?
Oh, I went with Jamal's group, but I went over and saw his, and his looking pretty good, but I thought on one of them, he could have went a little faster.
He could run a little faster, so his travel speed, his travel was a little bit slower. Okay, I understand. All right, so up here we have an exit ticket. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to evaluate this weld. Okay, I want you to tell me what you think about it. Okay? We did this in the shop several times. Now, I want you to tell me two things. I want you to answer two questions. Well, actually, I want you to answer three questions. One, is it a good well? Does it have imperfections? Okay? If it does, what are the imperfections? And your third and final question, and remember our exit tickets are incomplete sentences. Our third and final question is, how could this weld react in a joint? Can someone explain this third question to me before everybody starts writing their exit tickets? What does that mean? How could this weld react in a joint? Christian?
Like, how well would a joint two pieces of metal?
Absolutely, right here. How well, if I were to weld just like this, would this join the two pieces of metal together? So let's look at our picture. What is this depicting?
A joint.
What is this part depicting?
A joint?
This part, this top part. It is depicting the penetration into the metal. So it's depicting how far into the metal it is going. And this is depicting the surface of the bead, what the bead is going to look like. Okay? So examine this. Tell me what you think. Do you think it's a good weld? If it's not a good weld, what are its imperfections? And how could this weld react in a joint? Nope.
Wait.
This is like, if this were a plate, this is how far it would go into that plate. And then this is the surface of the bead. Yes?
If you don't think it's, well, if you think it's a good weld, how do we answer number two?
Then tell me what about it is good.
All right.
Tell me the things that you think are good. You're going to keep your exit tickets at the end of the table. sure my red green cards are at the end of the table, guys. Okay. Okay, so when we look at this, when we look at the fact that you think it might not hold for very long, what are some of the stresses a weld is going to be under? Okay, so what are some of those stresses? Okay. So have an angle pressure. What else do you think it might have? Do you think it would ever have an impart pressure?
Yes.
Pressure pulling it apart? Possibly. Okay. So at what, if you think that this is an okay weld, at what point of pressure do you think that this weld is going to work, if at all? Based on the importance of the way the beam looks. All right, is everyone's exit tickets at the end?
No.
Okay. All right, as you guys are finishing up, your exit tickets, tomorrow what we're going to look at is, instead of analyzing weld imperfections, we're going to look at those imperfections in reaction to pressure on a weld. Okay, so we're going to look at different joints, and we're going to look at porosity and different things that might affect what the weld does when you put it under some type of pressure. Okay, whenever you guys go to get your certification, if you go on to take our welding course, we're going to talk about this in great detail, because when you look at this weld, on the outside it might look great, but when we're looking at it, we don't have that much penetration. So what is that going to do to a weld? Okay, so we get into that very extensively in our welding class. But tomorrow, just for you guys, we're going to look at these types of welds with imperfections in reaction to specific types of joints. Okay, so make sure your exit tickets are at the end of the tables, and y'all just sit quietly until the bell rings.